let's go ahead and tune in. So let's come into a nice tall seat. And let's bring the hands together in front of the heart and rub the palms and find that heat, warmth, fire. And let's bring the prayer into the heart center. Pressing through the palms, extending tall through the spine. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And feel the prana fill your body, inhaling and exhaling. Tuning into our higher cosmic consciousness, bringing that consciousness in alignment with our earth-based consciousness, breathing in and breathing out. And please inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deep, hold the breath. Hold and squeeze. Squeeze the mulaband, the base of the spine, the anus, the sex organs, the navel point. Press the palms, consolidate all of your energy, bring all of yourself here and begin to project out into your aura growing, expanding. And exhale, let's release the breath. Let's hold the posture. Let's chant the mantra for protection, breathing in. Adgude Name, Jagadgude Name, Satgude Name, Siddhi Gurudev Name. Adgude Name, Jagadgude Name, Satgude Name, Siddhi Gurudev Name. Adgude Name, Jagadgude Name, Satgude Name, Siddhi Gurudev Name. Big breath in, hold the breath, squeeze the mulaband. Bring the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Project the energy out of the third eye. Move your energy body towards infinite space. And exhale, release the breath. Wonderful. And Satnam. Welcome. Nice to see all of you. And good for those of you that are here, that are in the background. So I wanted to just talk a little bit briefly, just a reminder about this body in the Kundalini yoga system, which is the neutral mind. And we're going to be doing a set to wake up the spine, which is always good to wake up our spine and wake up the Kundalini. And then our meditation is a bit more focused around neutrality and the importance of neutrality and holding that space, right? Of being able to kind of see that there isn't just maybe one side of the story, but there are multiple sides of the story. And where do we find ourselves within that? And a lot of times that is the sort of juncture of being able to hold a very peaceful space for anyone that's in conflict, or, you know, anything where there's sort of these two polarized situations, which we see play out again and again, right, in sort of the social sphere and maybe even in our personal lives. So when we began this journey, we were going to trial with Johnny Depp. Do we remember this? So that trial coverage took place during my evening time. And I'm quite a bit of a night owl because I teach here with you guys. It's 8 o'clock at night. now for me, right? And so I'm like up at night, and then, right, I have like my whole situation and the way that it works out. So I got really sucked into the trial, and I watched it through one of these legal commentators, which I don't know if any of you watched the trial through the lens of somebody who has a law degree and practiced trial law and this whole thing. And I fell in love with this woman. Her name is Emily D. Baker, and she has purple hair, and she kept such a safe space for people to comment. And, there was no trash talking, like nothing like that was allowed, no spamming, anything like that. And it was easy for some people to kind of slip in and to want to cast judgment on certain things, on certain aspects. And she was very good about always bringing it back to this sort of neutral space, right? This very safe space of, we are watching the law right now. Like, that's what we're doing. Even though we might have these opinions about, X, Y, Z, and the other, what we're here to do is to understand and watch how the law unfolds. And we're kind of attuning to that to see where it might go, where it won't go. And there was also a lot of people asking her questions about, certain things that she maybe could make an educated guess, but she really refused to do that. It was like, let's leave it up to the jury. Let's leave it up to this to decide, because that's actually the nature of how the system works. Now, the system, of course, is flawed. We know this from being Americans or wherever we're at in the world. There are flaws in the system. But what was so beautiful was that she was keeping this neutral mind, right? This capacity to really see everything that was happening, even if she, who knows, maybe she had a bias, maybe she didn't, but to just be able to hold that space. And because I watched everything unfold like through that lens really deeply, it's also very interesting to see like what is the fallout of people that were not in that process, and like how triggered they've become. And there was a woman on my Facebook, it always comes back to someone on my Facebook here on the island, that was like deeply, deeply triggered and traumatized, right? Like her trauma was like opened, the wound was reopened of like some things that had happened to her and injustice that happened to her. And, and it was like coming through, like everything that she was saying was really coming through that lens. And right, that in a sense is the mind, right? It's like losing its sensibility and its sense of stability to be able, even if you don't like something, even if you deeply disagree with something, which I'm sure there are many, many cases that we could look at, right? And many different systems of injustices that go through the law where we completely disagree with it. But it's very interesting to maybe take a step back and to be like, well, what do I actually know about how this system works, right? And that's the neutral mind, right? And instead of the positive and the negative, leaning towards one or the other, of like thinking that we know but we don't know, or right, like making these types of assumptions. It's like taking a step back and really looking at it realistically of like, well, what actually is the landscape that's happening here? And how can I like comment from this place? And so in all of our lives, right, we have those types of situations that are happening in one moment or another. And so the meditation and the work that we're going to do today is just working to strengthen that. And really all of Kundalini yoga is working to help us strengthen our center so we're not so polarized. Right? And when we're not so polarized, we can have communication. And when we can have communication, we can find solutions. And we talked about this the other day of like, right, like the foundations of democracy and the foundations of peace, and being able to actually listen to each other and understand each other, even if we don't, like what's being said, right? Maybe we can find some solutions. So I walked away from it understanding that I know nothing about the law. 100%. I have no idea. But I did learn a little bit about what it would take to be you know, to present myself before a jury, these sorts of things, right? And like little tips and things if I'm ever in that situation. But when it comes down to it, I don't know anything about the law, you know, I have like no idea. So I'm absolutely fascinated and like interested to know like what is that system? And then to look at all of the other things that like I don't really know about those things, right? There's like certain things that we know about, and then there's other things that we have a lot of opinions about and we think we know about. So I guess we want to pick and choose our battles, but keep that neutral mind so we can not move from such an emotional, overwhelming space if we ever find ourselves in that moment of compression. So come forward onto your hands and knees. Let's whip into some cat-cow. Let's inhale, lift the hips, lift the heart. Let's exhale, round the spine. Inhaling, sat, exhaling, nam. In this first portion of the practice, just really get into that hypnotic state, coming out of the usual pattern of moving the body, the usual pattern of our thinking, our routine, this sort of thing, our habituation. Bringing a little more life force into the system to stir things up. Go with the pace that feels good to you and make sure that the breath is a powerful breath. So if slower movement means a more powerful breath, go with that. If you're able to do quick movement and a powerful breath, go with that. The eyes are closed. We're moving the mantra into that third eye space. You can even think of that as maybe even the beginning point of neutrality, right? That space in between both hemispheres of the brain, right? The side of the brain that's like, yes, 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 this is great. Let's do it. Let's go. The protective part of the brain that's like, oh, a little bit more discerning, maybe not, maybe that's not a good idea. And finding that place in between where we have a little more perceptibility, a little more range of intelligence, kind of see where things are coming from, or maybe even see where we're going. Ultimately, that's something we're working to cultivate through this practice, right? To see towards the horizon of our life, of our destiny. Neutrality doesn't mean to disengage or to disinvolve oneself. It's just a different stance, right? A different place that you're moving from, a different level of intelligence that you're operating from. Choosing to not move from wounds or expectations. Inhale, lift your tailbone, lift your heart towards the sky. Take a deep breath in, squeeze the spine. And exhale, round the spine, press the breath all the way out. Navel point towards the back body, squeeze the mula bandha, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And inhale, relax into a child's pose. Bring your hands out in front of you. Let's prayer the palms together. Press the palms together, the fingerprints are pointing forward. Guru Pranam, your forehead is into the earth, that pineal gland rhythmically pulsing with the rhythm of the universe, the rhythm of the earth. Take a moment, feed your prayer here. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling and exhale. Okay, let's come up. Let's go ahead and come into easy seat. And you're going to grab hold of your ankles for your spinal flex. So take hold of the ankles with both hands, right? Just like that. And then let's go ahead and inhale the heart forward and exhale the heart back. Inhale Sat, exhale Nam. Keep the head relatively steady. So try to not drop the chin in so much. Powerful breath. Eyes are closed. Gaze at your third eye. Mentally vibrate Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. So this is a Kriya for spinal awakening and also centering, finding our center. Powerful breath, powerful movement. And we're bringing the energy up through the first and second chakras. Stay with the mantra, Sat Nam, Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. And remember, we're constructing our environment with the vibration of the mantra. And this mantra might even be bringing you back into neutrality if you've been having a lot of wild thoughts taking you away from your center. Maybe beautiful, uplifting thoughts, right? That kind of pull us into a higher vision. Amazing, but sometimes we can get a little bit lost. So we want to regroup, recenter, bring it back down to neutrality, back down to reality. Inhale, come up nice and tall through the spine, sit up tall, squeeze the Mulabandha, feel the energy moving through the lower chakras, first and second specifically. And exhale, let's release the breath. Make your way onto your shins. We're going to do spinal flexes here. You can bring your hands just above the knees and keep the hands there, and inhale the heart forward and exhale around the spine back. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Gazes at the third eye. And you're moving now a little more towards that upper spine. Just focus on the upper spine. So think of third and fourth chakra. If you're used to going really slow here, try to go a little bit faster. If you're able to, if you're not on your moon, if there's nothing physically telling you to slow down, try to break through the mental bind of staying in the same pace all the time. And inhale, come up nice and tall. Deep breath in, squeeze the base of the spine, bring the energy up towards the heart. And exhale, release the breath. Let's stay seated on the heels. Let's just take a moment, breathing in and breathing out. Let's take another inhale and an exhale. And then go ahead and open your eyes. Let's bring the hands into Gyan Mudra. Let's make the goalpost shape with the arms, so like cactus. And we're going to inhale left, exhale right. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. And feel what you feel in your spine. Feel the repatterning of the physical body, the repatterning of the energy body. Maybe you even feel like the energy is becoming more free, becoming more open, especially around the heart center. Inhale, come up through center, nice and tall, nice and steady. Squeeze the base of the spine, hold the breath, Mula Bandh. Exhale, release the breath. Bring your hands onto your shoulders right away. Your fingers are forward, your thumbs are behind you. You're going to inhale left, exhale right. Inhale Sat, exhale Nam. We're going to keep twisting. Inhale, come to center, widen the elbows, sit up tall, deep breath in, squeeze the base of the spine, bring the energy up. Exhale, release the breath, release your hands down, come into easy seat, transition, and just take a moment with your eyes closed to get settled back into easy seat. And a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. And then we're going to make these little fists with our hands. The thumbs can be on the outside, and you're going to kind of bring the fists like right into the top of the chest here. And you're going to inhale left, exhale right. mantra going. Keep the gaze centered at the third eye. You're inhaling Sat or exhaling Nam. And we're really focusing at the heart, the level of the heart center, right? This energy now coming from the base of the spine all the way up into the heart, getting nice and steady, nice and open here. And now come to center, take a deep breath in, keep the hands as they are, deep breath in, hold the breath, squeeze the Mulaband. And exhale, release the breath, let the hands come down. And again, just take a moment, allow that to integrate, notice what you feel, and pay attention from the base of the spine just to the level of the heart. If you're able to feel any energy shifting, moving, or maybe even just a feeling of grounded expansion. Now we're going to lift the shoulders towards the ears as we breathe in, and as we exhale, we're going to slowly drop the shoulders down at a decent pace. So you're not slamming the shoulders, but you're getting in there, unlocking all of that tension in the shoulders. You're inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Go at a pace that feels good to you. Now focus on moving the energy from the heart into the throat through this movement. So we're creating a nice pathway for the compassionate center to move into the throat, right? Not just the center of speaking, but also the center for being able to listen, being able to hold space for others, being able to stay silent when it's appropriate to be silent. Inhale, lift the shoulders towards the ears. Nice deep breath in, hold, squeeze, engage. And exhale, release your shoulders down. Just take a moment here, breathing in, Sat, and breathing out, Nam. Feeling the expansion of your energy body, and especially the heart moving into the throat, feeling the throat opening. And we're going to start to roll through the neck. So you can drop your head either to one side or straight forward and just pick your direction. You're just going to go in one direction. You can go as slow as you want to go. I want you to think of ironing out all of the kinks. I want you to move in the way that feels good for your neck. If you come across a spot that feels a little bit cumbersome, you want to stay there for a breath or two longer, give yourself permission to do that. Bringing love into the throat, love into the neck. And all the while watching your breath, you're inhaling Sat, you're exhaling Nam. Keeping the spine straight. And almost like you can feel the head floating on the spine. And begin to take it in the other direction. On your breath, in your own pacing. breath in to bring the crown of the head towards the ceiling. And exhale, relax. Breathing in. And breathing out. You're going to keep your eyes closed. And you're going to look up with the eyes closed. And now look down. Look to the right. Look to the left. Look up. Look down. Look to the right. Look to the left. Look up. Look down. Look to the right. Look to the left. Look up. Look down. To the right. To the left. Look up. Look down. To the right. And to the left. Look up. Look down. To the right. To the left. Look up. Look down. To the right. To the left. Look up. Look down. To the right. To the left. Relax the eyes. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And begin neck rolls once again, any direction, just moving the energy once again through the neck, noticing any difference here. Switch sides, take a moment, switch sides, go in the opposite direction. And inhale, make your way up nice and tall, deep breath in, and exhale. Come forward onto your hands and knees. We're going to come back into cat-cow. And this time, if you're able to go quicker, go quicker. We're not here for very long. Inhale, set, exhale, numb. Inhale, arch the spine, exhale, round. Inhale, lift the heart, exhale, round. Inhale, set, exhale, numb. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the heart to the sky. exhale, round the spine deeply, squeeze the mulaband. And then come into a neutral spine with your breath, and you're going to stretch your left leg back behind you. You're arching the spine slightly, big breath in, and then you're going to exhale, nose towards the knee and round. And just keep going. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Powerful breath. Creating some energy here. We're not here for very long. Now extend the left leg back behind you, hold the posture, and try to kick the heel of your foot towards your buttock. So try to tap, tap, tap the buttock. Go, go, go. Kick, 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 kick. And then re-extend the leg, take a deep breath in, keep the chest lifted, and then exhale, bring the knee down. And then take your right leg back behind you, inhale it back, exhale, round the spine, get into your flow here, inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. And now extend that leg back and find the arch of the spine and try to tap your buttocks with the heel of the foot a couple of times. Kick, 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 and then re-extend, deep breath in. And exhale, come back onto your hands and your knees. And just pause there on hands and knees. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. Now you're going to come into cow pose, meaning your tailbone is going to lift and your heart is going to move to the ceiling. You can look up to the sky, but you can close your eyes. Cow pose, so think cat-cow. And you're going to do breath of fire here. If you're on your moon, you can skip breath of fire. Otherwise, you're inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Now you're activating all of the chakras from the crown down to the base of the spine. Just follow the spine with your mind's eye. Coming to the base of the spine. And let's take a deep breath in here. Deep breath in to neutralize. Good. And now exhale, round the spine and come into cat pose. And you're going to begin breath of fire here. And I want you to slowly travel in your mind's eye from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. So we're activating the chakras, breath of fire, Satnam, Satnam, Satnam. Could be around the third, center, getting towards the heart. Moving up towards the throat, the third eye, and the crown. And let's just take a deep breath in here. And exhale, come and sit up on your heels. And you're going to come into camel pose. So you're going to bring your hands to your heels and you're going to lift the front body open and back. And just do the best you can. If you need any sort of modification, take the modification. And now you're going to do either long deep breathing or breath of fire. Choose the one that feels the most applicable for you. to find a deep breath in wherever you are, and let's stay for the breath out. And as you exhale, really squeeze the mulaband. And then slowly come up, and you're just going to make your way into a child's pose. So bring your hips to your heels and your forehead to the floor for a moment. Rest and relax here. Inhaling Sat and exhaling Nam. Breathing in, bringing some rest into the kidneys and refocusing through the third eye. And again, finding that center, finding that sense of neutrality. And let's find a deeper breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to come into Sat Kriya. So you're going to come up to sit on the heels of the feet. You're going to bring your hands into the Venus Mudra with the index fingers pointed up, the left thumb over the right. Reach the arms up into the sky. Gaze at the third eye. We're going to bring this mantra in, and whenever you're ready, you're going to join. Sat, you're going to pull on the navel. Nam, you're going to relax the navel.
Nam Sat, 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 Nam Sat,
Inhale deep, and hold the breath, squeeze the base of the spine, and feel the connection from the root to the cosmos, and also like you're rooting yourself into the earth in a positive, supported way, grounding your visions. And exhale, you can move the arms out into a circle, brush through your aura, sweep through the aura, touch the earth, find a breath in and a breath out. And then right away, come on down into your backs, and we're just going to rest for a few moments here. Inhaling deep and exhale. Fully surrender. Find a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And you can move through your fingers and your toes. You can rub the soles of the feet together, rub the hands together. Just take a moment and you can make your way up into a tall seat to prepare for a meditation. And again, this is a meditation to help us bring a bit more balance to the mind, a bit more neutrality, and it's not too difficult, which is always favorable. So we're going to actually just stick the Jupiter fingers up and the elbows are going to be in. So when we do the intelligence meditation, right, it's very similar with the arms, but we're holding that Saturn finger as well as the Sun and the Mercury. And we've just got our Jupiter fingers sticking up. And then we're going to look down the tip of the nose. And that's the setup, that's the mudra, right? The whole body, the hands, the eyes, that's the mudra. And then we're going to be chanting Had, Hare, Hari, Wa, He, Guru. And we have music that we're going to chant along to. So go ahead and just get your mudra set. Take a couple of breaths. Consider bringing your mind a bit more into a neutral perspective. Gazing down at the tip of the nose, so you're really adjusting the focal bearing, the optic nerve. When you hear the music, you just begin chanting along. Move the tongue, move the mouth, even if the mantra is unfamiliar to you. Try to over pronunciate the sound. Really use your lips and use your tongue. Tall spine. Now bring in your navel point. See if you can really move the sound from your navel point, finding some contractions at the base of the spine. Become more powerful here.
Waheguru
Waheguru, Har Hare Hari, 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 Waheguru, Har Hare Hari.
Inhale deep, hold the shape, hold the base of the spine, squeeze the mulaband, bring the energy up through the heart, through the third eye space, projecting out peace, neutral, centered reality. And exhale, release the breath. You can bring the hands down and just take a moment, breathing in and breathing out. And I'm going to share with you just a little bit of the description of this meditation called the Brainwave meditation. When our brain waves are stable and we are in our neutral mind, we do not react to every little annoyance. And when we do not react, we are mentally available to respond appropriately to situations as they arise. This meditation specifically changes our brain waves so that we feel more stable and neutral in our life situations. Take a deep breath in and a breath out. Let's bring the hands together at the heart and rub the palms. And bringing the prayer into the heart center. Breathing in deep and breathing out. May the long-time sun shine upon you and all love surround you, and the pure light within you shine your way on. Breathing in. Sa. Na. Satnam. Namaste. Shanti. Shalom. Pash. Peace. 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 Thank you. Yay. Have a beautiful day. Hope to see you all on Sunday. And then we're going to kind of close up these last 5 sessions, moving from, Sunday's practice. We're going to move through the full moon and we're going to end up at the solstice and that sort of energy timeline. So we're going to do some prosperity meditations and just creating more energy. All of the practices are going to be Kundalini based practices. So Kundalini yoga and meditation. So you can kind of mentally prepare for that. And we're just going to try to create a lot of energy, a lot of light, a lot of love, so that you can move into the height of summer, feeling very centered and empowered. Okay. All right. Much love to you. Thank you.